Hello everybody and welcome back. It is Michael from Hollowed Thrills back with another video, and today we are delaying our Blobfest video, which will now be releasing on Friday. So if you're looking forward to that, please just hold on a little bit to talk. But today we're delaying that to talk about something a little bit more important. Something huge. A huge announcement happened. But now you may be thinking, ooh, an HHN announcement happened? No, this is a little bit something more interesting. Our friends over at Hersheypark have been cooking up something super evil and sinister recently and have been teasing it throughout the past couple months. And yesterday, they finally let the details spill. That is right, the newest addition to the Hersheypark Halloween lineup is Dark Nights. Now, before we get into the spooky details of the event this year, please make sure that you are subscribed and have those bell notifications turned on to get notified whenever I post a video. And also make sure you're following me on both my Instagram and my Twitter. The links are down below in the description. And if you're following me over there, you would have known about this announcement way before this video came out, as I may have made a little bit of a joke saying that I am now officially a Dark Nights, Hersheypark Dark Nights channel. Sorry, but that's what this is now. But now let's get into the horrifying details of Dark Nights. Now, like I said, this is the first time that Hersheypark is including a haunt-style attraction for their Halloween event during the fall, which is going to be taking place starting on select nights from September 17th through October 30th. Now, Hersheypark Halloween will be the normal family-friendly event that'll be going on during the day with the general admission and have their treat trail, the creatures of the night at the Zoo America, everything else that you enjoyed of the last couple years of Hersheypark in the Dark. But now, on Saturdays and Sundays in September, starting at 6 o'clock, and added on Fridays in October, I believe, they will be transforming the park into Dark Nights. This will include 3 scare zones and 4 houses, and we'll get into the details about them a little bit later, but we'll talk about more details regarding the actual event in general. Now, Dark Nights is an extra add-on to the normal general admission ticket for Hersheypark Halloween, and that just gets you unlimited run-throughs of all 4 of the houses. The 3 scare zones you can actually go through without having the additional add-on of Dark Nights. Let's talk about prices. The starting price point for the Hersheypark Dark Nights add-on is $24.95, and then it goes all the way up to $44.95 on select nights. But like I did say, this does include unlimited runs through all 4 of the houses, and they do have different versions of this ticket that allow you to pick your date, or any dates that you want, or a date that includes any Fridays, or I think it was any Saturdays, something like. It allows you to customize this amount like any way you want. But they do have additional add-ons for fast track with the houses as well, and I believe that was starting at $14.95 to have the add-on of fast track for the houses, which, to be honest, how I've seen the Halloween events at Hersheypark previously, that might not be a bad idea and is really cheap for what it actually is, and allows you to skip the lines and avoid waiting. Also open during the event is going to be a few of the Hersheypark world-class coasters, but with a little twist. You'll be able to have lights off rides on Candemonium, Laugh Track, Lightning Racer, Comet, and a special seasonal overlay of the new Jolly Rancher Remix coaster. Now let's talk about the houses. So like I did say, 4 houses, and I'll talk about each one in detail as well as the location of them. Starting off with our first house, this one is called the Haunted Coal Mine. For too long, unsettling cries of miners lost in these coal shafts have tormented the living. Take a daring trek through the abandoned mines, which suddenly becomes an explosive encounter. Now this seems really awesome. I love like a whole like dark coal mine type theme. I love the Black Diamond attraction up at Knoebels. So this seems like they're just going to put a darker twist on it and put it in an actual haunted house. So that seems super interesting to me. And this is actually going to be located at near Trailblazer at the Trailblazer Catering Pavilions. So that is going to be a great location for this, and it is a massive location for them to put a house. I'm interested to see how this turns out. Our next house is going to be The Descent. Who prowls the dark underground tunnels beneath Hersheypark? Follow her into the depths of decay, where the only way out is down. Now, there isn't much to go off of with this little spiel about the house, but I will say, from the main character that we can see in a lot of the teasers for this one, it seems very interesting, and I'm excited to see where they go with this one, whether they give it like a witch vibe or what they're going with it. But this character that they're having for The Descent is connected to a stopwatch or a pocket watch in some way, so I'm interested to see where they go with that. Now moving on to our third house, we have Creature Chaos. Join Professor Darkstone as he pits you against Pennsylvania's most fearful and deadly creatures. Don't worry, they're in their cages for now. This gives me a real like carnival slash like secret lab, mad scientist lab type of vibe. I'm really interested to see where they go with this. From the little teaser trailers that they gave for it, I'm expecting like a massive beast to be around every corner. I'm very interested in this house, but this isn't going to be the only time that we hear about Professor Darkstone at this event this year. But we'll talk about that a little bit later, as this house is going to be located near the Drop Towers and the Pepsi Popstar Experience. I don't know exactly where they're going to put it there, but I'm interested to see if we get some construction updates so we can actually see where in the actual park these are going to be located. Our final house for the first year of this event is going to be Twisted Darkness. Dare to have your tarot read by our twisted fortune teller and be forced into a never-ending carnival of nightmares. Was it real, or was it all in your mind? Now this one really interests me because it could go a lot of ways. Now it does say about a carnival, so it could go the carnival route, but it also could dive into that little like gypsy shack in the middle of the woods. So I'd love to see them tackle both of those in this house, because it would be really cool to have that fun carnival style, but then get really dark as you go deeper and deeper into the woods trying to find the fortune teller shack. But this house is going to be located next to the Ferris wheel. It may also possibly be built in the back of the water park, so I'd like to see also, with the same with the last one, where this one ends up being built. So we covered the houses, now let's cover our 3 scare zones. So 3 scare zones for this year. We'll try to get through them as fast as possible, as this video is starting to drag on a little bit. The first scare zone is going to be in the back of the park along the boardwalk near Lightning Racer, and this one is going to be called the Midway of Misery. Flames burst into the skies as guests are summoned through a sinister gateway into the darkest corner of Hersheypark, where no one can find you. I'm really hoping for like a massive like grand entrance like arch with flame cannons shooting up. I think this is going to be really cool and really interesting, and I'm excited to see what they do with this. It could be clowns, it could be this, it could be that. I really am in the dark when it comes to what's going on here at this event, but I kind of like it. I kind of like not knowing a lot of things about it, and I'm kind of interested to see how they do with their first time hosting a haunt event. But moving on over to the walkway that is moving down from Stormrunner all the way down to Trailblazer, we have our next scare zone, which is called the Valley of Fear. Don't find yourself alone in the murky mists along Spring Creek. The dreadful beings are watching and waiting deep within the shadows, and they know exactly when to strike. I'm getting like a really creepy, kind of like a swamp monster type vibe from this zone. I don't know what it is about it, but I just have a feeling of like ghillie monsters, swamp effects, tons of fog, like maybe the swamp fog laser effect that you see all over the place now. I feel like that area would be perfect to try to pull off an outdoor version of that effect. I'm really looking forward to this zone, to be completely honest, and I'm excited to see what they do with it, as that location was built for a scare zone. It is perfect for a scare zone. And last but not least, our final scare zone over by the entrance of Comet and Skyrush is Darkstone's Hollow. Wander among Professor Darkstone's showman, boasting his array of mythical creatures. Beyond the mesmerizing imagery, there's more to the show than meets the eye. So once again, in this zone, we see Professor Darkstone yet again. Now, I'm really interested to see how Professor Darkstone plays into the entirety of this event, as it's given me the thought of maybe Professor Darkstone is our host for this year's event, which would be really cool that they try to bring out a storytelling aspect on their first year of the event. I would really love to see them try that and see how they go with it. Now, along with the thrills and the screams of this year's Dark Nights event, we also have a ton of different food and drink offerings, including a ton of specialty cocktails that you can only get at Dark Nights. And me personally, big fan of cocktails, so I'm excited to see what they have for this year and what types of cocktails they have specifically for the event and how they're themed. Because if we get some Hersheypark Dark Nights Blinky Cups, chef's kiss. I'll love it. But other than that, they're also selling merchandise right now. So if you want to go to Hersheypark right now and grab you some Dark Nights merchandise to get you prepped for the event, go and do that before they sell out. Or you could just wait, hold off, and get some before you leave the event when you go down in September or October. Either way, you're definitely going to want to pick up some merch, because I'm probably going to get some merch because I am super excited for this event. I have been hoping and praying that Hersheypark would do a haunt event for years, and it is finally happening. Now, let's talk about what I am most excited for. Let's go to the houses. Most excited, probably between two. I'm going to be honest, it's between the Descent and the Haunted Coal Mine. I just love the idea of both of them, and they just seem like they're in the best spots. Also, let's go over to the Scare Zones. And of course, I really routed and raved about it when I talked about it earlier, and that's of course going to be the Valley of Fear. I think that one is going to be a fantastic zone, and like I said, that area was built for a scare zone. It looks like it is going to be an awesome zone if they do it right. I'm gonna be honest, I cannot wait until September comes around so I can finally see this event, and hopefully it lives up to my expectations. I'm really fingers crossed. But if you are as excited as I am, please make sure you drop a like and also comment down below what your thoughts are about this new haunt coming to Hersheypark this year. I'd really like to hear your opinions. But as always, I'm Michael, this has been Hollow Thrills, and I'll see you guys next time.